Hi everyone, this is Ray Moses for Swirlydoos Kit Club. This month in the July 2016 kit, we had a project add-on, and it's a mini album from Prima, this gatefold right here. And if you watched our video tour with this kit, our coordinator Kim has already shown you everything that you see here and shown you all of the details. This is a great foundation for a mini album. There's so many things to get you started. I'm going to be adding some of my own things just because I like to really bulk my mini albums up. This is certainly a wonderful way to get started. In this video, I'm going to show you how I prep the album and how I'm going to be decorating the cover. I'll share the inside with you later this month in a different video, but this is just part one. This gatefold album has a lot of room for embellishments. You can see got an inch and a half there for your embellishments, but I'm still going to need more, and I'll just show you. I've recently made an album with the same gatefold, and I made it kind of thick, and so I'll just show you right here that I was only able to get like 8 pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, and so I'm going to cut out some of the pieces of this so I have enough room for all of my stuff. I'm going to lay this one down for a foundation, so I'm going to cut 3 of them. And I can cut along this area right here. Certainly if you're going to make a flatter album, don't cut this out because you'll probably need it. But for me, I know I won't. For my next part, I want to go ahead and paint the edges of the album, and I'm going to be using this Prima paint. This is the egg blue, it's chalkboard paint, and I just want to cover the edges because even though it's going to be covered with paper, I don't want the craft to show. It's a nice color, but it's not the look that I'm going for. So I'm going to go ahead and cover every single part that's going to stick out from the paper. Now that my paint is dry, I'm going to cover this with my paper. I've chosen this purple paper, and I'm going to use 3 of those sheets. You get 5 of each of the designs, and so I'm going to use 3 of those pieces of paper to cover the whole thing. You could do different ones, but I thought it would be kind of nice to have that cohesiveness there. And so what I've done is I've taken 2 of the sheets and I've cut them to where each of them will fit, where there's almost like 1/8 of an inch of the gate album peeking through. So those are just 6 inches, and I think it's by 3 1/8. So with the scraps of each of those 2 pieces of paper, I cut 3/4 of an inch for the sides. So I have 2 small pieces of scrap, and what I'm going to do is put those on the back because it's larger than a 6x6 piece of paper. The 6 on the wide part fits, but not on the long part. So if I just put those at the very edge and then I use a whole sheet, one of those 6x6 pieces, I'm going to go ahead and put that on there. And I want some decoration, but I don't want too much. I don't want anything catching on the back. So I went ahead and used a border punch on both of the sides, and I'm going to glue that on there, and it's not going to be in the way of anything. It's not going to get caught because it will be fully glued down. So in the embellishment add-on this month, there was a Blue Fern Studios chipboard piece, and it's a new one. It's a new gate, but I didn't get it. So I'm going to be using an old gate from Blue Fern Studios. It's one of their first ones. And I've used a technique that I call distressed filigree chipboard technique, and that video is actually on the Swirlydoos website also, and I'll give you a link below. And I've made it somewhat to match the latch. I wanted that to flow a little bit. And even though it's a little bit of a lighter color, I still wanted it to have the same sort of goldish, brownish color. So what I need to do is adhere both of these, and I think I would like that to go the other way. So I need to do that. And now I'm going to be adding some flowers. I have some flowers that came in this kit, but I also have some coordinating flowers that are also from the Garden Fable line. I want to make this kind of chunky, and I want to save some of my flatter flowers for the inside. The chunkier ones can go on the top. I think it makes it a little bit easier and it gives it more dimension. One of the things you want to be careful to do is to not make your design go off of the sides of your album. The top is okay, but definitely not the bottom. And so I'm just going to be trying to figure out where I want these flowers to go. So while I was gluing my flowers off camera, I've picked some of my own and some that came in this kit. I added the little wispy parts here, and I added a couple of things from my stash after I looked at it for a while, and I thought, what else do I want to add? I added some texture with some trim right here from Prima, and I also have a resin angel that I found in my stash again. And so I think that that somewhat completes the look. Up here it's looking a little blank for me, so I've ripped this piece right here, and I just found this little tiny scrap from last month's kit, or from 2 months ago, excuse me, and I'm just going to set that in there and use some glue. I may add some more to the cover and maybe the sides, probably the sides, but for now I'm pretty much done. I don't think I'm going to do anything else today, so that is part 1, that is the cover, and I will be doing part 2 of the inside in a couple of weeks. Be sure to go to swirlydoos.com and like us on Facebook and join us on our online community. Thanks for watching.